It's hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the worst show ever. We keep getting worse. We're
We're
actually
not
getting
for you. We do that for you guys.
we're getting canceled. Actually, um,
I
that's how
saw
bad.
that. I saw that you wrote that when I was sharing this. I was like, we're getting canceled? Let me just go share it.
We didn't even know it till tonight. But
Just found out. That's how they let us know. That's the network for you. But it's not true, actually. We're just switching things up a bit. We have trying to make the worst show ever just the worst. So stick with us.
terrible.
We're about to improve this shit.
We're gonna improve it in a fun, wholesome way.
Yeah, things need to be a little different.
What the fuck is going on? I can't even. My things aren't even connecting.
This is
Dude.
why. This is why this is the worst show fucking ever, and we just want to make it the worst show. It's this. It's this. That. The other thing. It's the dicks. It's everything.
My neighbor stopped revving his stupid piece of
Neighbor
shit.
is a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he does that every
believe he
fucking
does
day.
that.
Dude, he's just standing out there. Like, maybe this is a thing you do with a motorcycle. I don't fucking know because I've never owned one. He's doing it again.
Bro.
He was literally standing there smoking a cigarette, just going like this.
Look, I know he's probably just trying to warm the bike up, or whatever, but that's something that you shouldn't have to do. Like, you shouldn't have to. Like, if I was gonna buy a bike from somebody, he's like, "All right, man. All right, so listen, before you get in it, you got to go for like 10 minutes." I'm like in front of everybody, like all my neighbors and shit, like everybody.
Dude, I think he thinks he's like.
What kind of bike is it? Is it dope? Oh my
hear
god,
it?
I hear it. Yeah.
Dude, this is how big of a piece of shit this guy is. He does that, and then when he comes home, he takes it for a lap, like around our block, and he cranks it down our street to set off all the car alarms. So then
He's
all
that
the car,
dickhead?
yeah.
Yo, I would fuck that guy up somehow. Now, I probably wouldn't be able to do it physically, but I would make sure it got happened. You know?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just fucking.
Something's got to be taken. He's got to take care.
Yeah.
Yo, there's certain things in life
I don't want to say it on the air.
that I don't like, but this is the thing, man. Like the words "I'm sorry." I fucking hate those goddamn words because it's like the end. It's like when all else fails, you say I'm sorry, and then like, dude, sometimes you just want to fucking smash somebody because they're a fucking asshole, and then they're just like, I'm sorry, and you just gotta be like, all right. No, I should be able to fucking slap you lefty or something. I gotta be able to do something because this is fucked up, and it's gotta be physical. This asshole revving his bike, he needs something physically done to him. He's a fucking asshole.
What I'm gonna do, because I've never said anything to him, I'm gonna go over and just play stupid, and I'm gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? And he's gonna be like, oh, I'm revving my bike, and I'll be like, well, why do you do that? Because I don't know if you know this, but that sound echoes throughout all the buildings here, and it's very obnoxious.
Yeah, we know every time you come, we know every time you go. Why do you do that, dickhead?
I don't know. Speaking of fucking,
but it's these people, bro. Like, you watch these guys, these people get in these muscle cars, right? They'll get into a Mustang, and when they turn it on and get on the gas real quick, so it sounds like it's like,
yeah.
What are you doing? You're gonna blow your fucking piece of shit American car up, you asshole! Stop doing that. It's not cool. It's a fucking 6-cylinder. It's a 6-cylinder Mustang. Get the fuck out of here.
There's some dipshit at the gym that I go to. He's like that guy at the gym. He's a trainer there. He walks around like this, but he's like in his 50s. So it's very weird. Like, he just.
No, dude, in his brain, he's fucking 20. And
he's cool as shit.
Get all these hoes and check me out.
Yeah. So he has a Mustang that he starts, he does the revving, and then because there's a little cul-de-sac, and so he does a circle revving it and then takes off. Every fucking time.
Dude, for him, he probably likes that shit, you know? It's in the car that he fucking probably loves. I hate Mustangs. But he's in this shit. He fucking loves it. Sometimes some of them sound pretty good, you know what I mean? So if he's like...
I'm not knocking that, but I'm saying, like, dude...
But, dude, I don't know, man. I get it. I love driving, right? I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do, right? But I don't fly through residential neighborhoods because I don't want to fucking kill somebody. right? So when I'm on a pretty like I'm on the street, it's 25 miles an hour, and then I see some dickhead on his motorcycle, wow, so fucking loud that I got to rewind my show, and because I can't hear what the fuck just happened, and then car alarms are going off. Like that guy's an asshole.
Yeah, I
Flying
go
down the
through that
street
every
being a dick.
fucking day.
Fuck that guy. You want to do that? Get on the freeway, bro. You can go as fast as you want on the freeway around here. It seems like. Just do that then.
It seems like.
You know what I'm saying? Just do that there. But don't do it on the fucking street. Like, dude, the other day, so check this out. This was today, actually. I'm coming back from In-N-Out Burger, and I'm on the freeway, and this dickhead in like an old Ford Explorer. Yo, you know, like the old Explorers that when you look at them, they look lopsided for some reason. They're like, you ever see like a real fat girl wearing UGG boots, and you know she's had those UGG boots for like 6 years because the fucking heels are all worn in. They're not even flat anymore. They're like this because you know they're all just fucked up because she's been waddling for the last 6 years in them. Or if they're the cheap emu boots, like the UGG knockoffs, that shit happens within
The knockoffs,
6 months. Yeah, within 6 months, those shits are caving in. But those Ford Explorers, they look like that too, bro. Like those like early 90s, late 90s Ford Explorers, they look like they're just fucked up. And this person's in front of me, and he's going like 100 in this thing. And I'm like, all right, cool, because that means I can go 100 too, but like behind you. He thinks I'm racing him for some reason. I don't. And at one, there was never a point where I was ever going to try to get in front of him because we're both doing 100. And I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, why do I want to get in front of him? I'm fine doing 100. And if a cop, you know, he's going to get you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Keep him in front of me. And eventually he's going to get off one of the exits. So he like peace signs me like, ha, motherfucker. And I'm thinking the whole time, I was never trying to get by you. I was actually trying to like get close to you and push you so you drive a little faster so maybe you might crash. That's what I was thinking. That's pretty fucked up. Like I was never ever going to make this guy crash, but I'm watching this guy in this piece of shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, look at this fucking thing. And whenever I got closer to him, he was looking like he was trying to peace out a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. So let me just fucking keep up with this guy. That's all I was planning on doing, but I didn't know that.
How long did this go on for?
Probably like 7-8 minutes, but
Jesus.
I didn't realize that inside his vehicle he's probably like holy shit, like giving it everything it's got while this thing is floating around the fucking on the road. It was pretty fucked up,
dude. It's fucking scary that people have their own perceptions of shit out there. Like it's obviously it's a great thing because you need to have different thinking minds and, you know, everyone thinking for themselves, but it's very scary to think like that guy is thinking something totally different than you. Like I went biking today and I had to piss really bad, and there's not much space to do it on the trail, but I'm like, I can't fucking hold this. And so I pulled my bike over and I was pissing, and as I'm coming back, I'm tying up my pants, and this, you could tell this guy's very wealthy. He had a very nice racing bike, very thin, with the fucking bullshit that he looks like a fucking fish, and you know, the whole colorful suit and everything.
He sucks at bike riding, but he looks like he's awesome at it.
So he drives by and he's just shaking his head at me in disgust, and I'm dying laughing because I'm thinking he's probably thinking, this fucking homeless guy, we got to fix this homeless problem. The homeless problem. And he goes home to his wife and he's like, you're not gonna believe this. I'm driving my bike and this fucking homeless guy comes out and he's pissing everywhere. He almost pissed on me. And it's like, that's the story in his head. Really, it was like, there's some guy and he just had a piss and he pulled over to piss.
Dude, and the craziest part about that shit is when you tell that guy or that girl, whoever the fuck it is, when you try to tell them, no, this is what really happened, it's never like, oh, okay, cool. It's never that way. They're already invested in the emotion that they've fucking attributed to that scene. And they're done. They're not giving in no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why it's fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, because when they give in, it like questions their own sanity. Their own mind is like, wait a minute, we just constructed this whole lie, and you're gonna go back on all that? You know, it's fucking.
It was funny. I remember one time we were in high school, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but dude, we were in Wendy's, me, my friend Wayne, and we were like kind of fucking around a little bit, but we were like in really good mood. I think we were like graduating. Like, I think that was like the last day of like school or something, or a couple like the last week or something. I don't know. Something exciting was happening in our lives, and me and him just went to Wendy's in our town, and we were waiting for our food, and something about like sweet and sour in the drinks, and then all of a sudden, some guy was just starting to be a dick, like some customer, because I think he saw like two high school kids in there, and they weren't quiet, and he was by himself, and he was bothered by us. But he's in public. He's in a fucking fast food restaurant in the middle of the goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like making comments and shit. And I remember my friend Wayne like went over and just like totally put him in his place, but not like, hey, dickhead, not in that kind of way, but just asking him why he's mad, and then letting him know why we're doing what we're doing and what's going on with us. And then the guy was like, oh, all right, cool. All right, fine. And then the guy apologized, and I was like, holy shit.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do that with the not wrestling.
No, because it doesn't work anymore, dude.
The motorcycle, fuck.
Yeah, that's not gonna work anymore, dude. No way. This is 2020 now, and everybody's out for blood. We're desensitized. This was in 1999 when I was graduating high school. And in like a smaller town. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't happen nowadays. Nowadays, like I will punch you in the face. You'll get in a fight with that guy if you ask him to stop doing that with his bike.
I don't know. I don't think
you might not, because you're a big guy, but he would.
Yeah, but I don't think someone would physically want to fight their neighbor for saying.
Dude, this guy doesn't give a fuck about his neighbors. He doesn't give a shit about his neighbors. How old is this guy?
True. I don't know. He's probably in his late 30s or 40s. He's like pale white, tall, covered in tattoos, has a kid, and has a wife, and the wife is covered in face tattoos too. Like they just look like fucking.
Dude, I wouldn't ask these people to stop doing anything. Just let them be. Face tattoos scare me, bro. When they're willing to just do shit like that, they don't care.
Yeah, but the thing is like,
dude, check this out.
That's one thing that's crazy is that people get scared of long facial hair and face tattoos. It's like, dude.
But dude, I was driving one day and this fucking asshole is trying to get in front of me, but it's not even close. I am we're in traffic. It's bumper to bumper, but we're moving. We're going between 5 to 10 miles an hour. And this guy next to me, literally like next to me, he's got his blinker on and he's moving over. Like not even like in between me and the car, like where he should be, but like, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? Like, and I'm like, this guy's not doing it. And then like, he tries to speed up a little bit. At one point, I'm like, yo, fuck this guy. There's no way I'm letting this guy in. And then eventually his window rolls down and he's bald fucking Hispanic dude, tattooed from fucking face all the way down his neck. And he's like, yo, can I get in front of you? I was like, of course, bro. Yeah, man. Bro, if that was anybody else, it would have been like, fuck you. No, asshole. But, yo, I was like, of course, man. No, I didn't know you were trying to get in front of me.
Right away.
Yeah,
right away, sir.
But, yeah, dude, like the stereotypical fucking bullshit, like the racism in me, whatever it was, caught in. But, bro, I don't know, man. It's scary when you see the face tattoos because it's saying, I don't give a fuck. Right? A little bit. It's saying I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. At least about this. And that's not a bad thing. I like that kind of shit when people are like, yo, fuck this society. I don't like these societal norms that are put in place and fuck that. And if they're able to like, you know, have jobs and be able to, it's got to be pretty difficult to be able to get a job when your face is all tattooed up. But I don't know, man. Like if you walked over, if you hear this guy, and he's got the helmet on and you walked over and you're like, hey, excuse me. Then he takes his helmet off and he was all fucking tattooed up. Would you be like, uh-oh, a little bit? Would you change a little bit?
I mean, to be honest, it would change the way I view it, but I would still approach it, dude. I'm at a point now where it's just like, I don't know. I'm not going to fucking, unless someone's like, I got to a point where I realized if someone's physically ready to fight you, or you see they are, then it's like, okay, you're in danger. But you really don't have any immediate danger until people are showing those signs. People like fear that a person's going to do something. Like no one's going to just fucking punch you.
I know. They do, but the odds
they can, and they do, but it doesn't happen very often. And so the likelihood of that playing out, but you know, I don't know.
Down in Florida one time back in college, my wife was with her friend Jenny. They were at the mall together and they were waiting online at McDonald's and some guy behind them was just being a fucking asshole and Jenny turns around and like said something to him. And because Jenny's gangster, Jenny doesn't fuck around. So Jenny turned around and said something to this guy And then the guy was like, he like almost got physical with Jenny, and then he was like, "Yo, you want to go? You want to go right now? Like, let's go." Like this fucking grown man with his kid online is messing with two girls who are by themselves trying to order. And then when one of those girls is like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?" Blah 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 blah. This guy's like, "Oh, you want to go?" He's like threatening to fight a woman in the mall in the
And he
line
had his kid there?
with his kid in line, dude. With his kid. It's fucked up. Jenny doesn't give a shit.
That was on the East Coast, right?
That was in Florida, bro. People in Florida are fucked up, man. There's weird down there, bro. I'm telling you, like everybody's got a staring problem for some reason. They just stare at you, and it's almost like it's a video game. And like if these two characters look at each other long enough, now there's a fight. So you got to turn your character away, or they got to, you know what I mean? It's like you feel how aggressive. Dude, I remember just driving to work one day. I was driving down the street. Someone was walking towards me. They were eating their apple. And then as I was driving by him, I was still looking at him. He tried to throw the apple at my car. He just his only food source at that moment. He decided, fuck this apple. I'm going to try to throw it. He missed me too, but he didn't like that I was looking at him because he was staring at me. But that's how fucked up it is there.
That's the East Coast though, dude.
It is, but it's, Florida's on another level, bro. I've never experienced shit like I have in Florida. These people don't give a fuck about anything. Nothing. Everything, if it drives, it's allowed on the roads down there. With registration, insurance, without it, it doesn't matter. And those people who are pushing these things around, they don't give a shit either. They'll just, dude, they don't care. They don't care. It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember one guy got out of the car and fucking threatened that girl, Jenny. Jenny spit right in his fucking face and drove off. And this guy was like, "What the fuck?" Got behind her and like, dude, she thought he tried to run her off the road. It's insane. Jesus. It's insane. The shit that happens out there is crazy, bro. Florida's a fucking fucked up place.
Well, speaking of fucked up people, Joe Biden is quite a character. And I don't know if you've seen this. There's a new interview with Joe Biden and Cardi B, which are just two peas in a pod for an interview. And so before everyone gets their panties in a bunch, I'm not for either side. I'm not registered to vote. I'm not going to vote. And so I don't know if that's
you should have just said nothing. Anyway.
I don't know if I've made things better or worse. But I do have an opinion, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion. So this video, I've only watched the first 4 minutes, but it's fucking amazing. And so I'm going to be the guy that's stopping and commenting on this because this is just this is too good to be true, the way this is. And I'm shocked that you haven't seen it yet. So,
is this a new video?
This is from like a week ago.
Okay.
All right, so check this out. So nice little title. You have Cardi B and Joe Biden.
It's Elle Magazine.
Okay, this right off the bat, this is my favorite part. She's going, "Oh snap," and he's taking his mask off. I love how he's wearing a mask at his own house, and they're like filming it, and they're like, 3, 2, 1, and remember to take off the mask. You know, like what's going on, dude?
He needed to show America that he's wearing his mask. He's a mask wearer.
Right, so, which is politically that's a smart move. Very smart move on Joe Biden's part.
But he definitely needed to be called out.
How are you?
How are you?
I don't know if you caught that. She's calling him Biden. She goes, "Hi, Biden. How are you?"
That's like, "Hey, Harpy. How are you?"
Yeah.
"Hey, Baker. How are you?"
The name's Joe.
Well, hello there, Joe.
As a matter of fact, watch me.
Good job correcting her.
My daughter, the love of my life, the life of my love. She's a fan.
Okay. Meet my daughter, the love of my life, the life of my love. You can't just say something backwards and forward and have it mean the same thing. That's not how words work.
Yeah, but Trump does it.
But does that make sense? I'm sure he does too. Does that make sense? The life of my love?
Dude, no, but when you're old and senile, it makes perfect sense. And he's thinking he crushed it. But when he's got a reputation with young kids and like loving them too much. He's just got to back off with that.
Dude, this is what Joe Biden reminds me of. He reminds me of on like Thanksgiving or Christmas the family's doing shit, and you forget like your grandmother, grandfather's in the nursing home, and you're like, oh fuck, we got to get them the fuck out of there. So you get them out, and they're in the wheelchair, all fucked up, and you're like, shit, we got to clean you up. So you clean them up, and then you just put them at the dinner table, and like this is the conversation going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they're talking about. Like, so Grandpa, how are you? And he's like, oh, why don't you meet my daughter? She's the love of my life, the life of my love. And you're just like, all right, well, he's just fucking crazy, so we'll just let it go.
The family looks at each other like, oh, he's not doing good.
Like the mom has cue cards of what he should talk about, and he's just going up. All right, so he's saying his daughter's a big fan of Cardi B, and now he's introducing her.
Yours.
Hi, how are you?
This is
How are
Ashley.
you?
Good, how you doing?
You know the
I'm
nickname
good,
she
sir.
gave her father when she was growing up? She'd call me Joey B. So we
So lame attempt at a joke, but you know, it works for this context.
Maybe for the sake of the mask, he does have other people around him. Maybe, you know, just to
Maybe.
just to defend Joe B. What do they call him?
Joey B.
Joey B. Okay. I love the leopard too.
Maybe
She's like, if I'm gonna be on Cardi B's interview with Cardi B with Elle magazine, I'm gonna look like a fucking cougar. So she went out, got the leopard print. She got the leopard print mask.
Yep.
or something.
Yep, Cardi B and Joey B. I'm a huge fan. I just wanted to say
How
hi.
you doing? I feel so
Yo.
crazy because I feel like I'm a
She looks like your honorable Judge Cardi. Doesn't she like? Why does she look like she should have like a daytime
a gavel and a fucking
and in between Judge Joe Brown and Judge Judy, we should have Judge Cardi B.
She does look very good though. She looks very professional.
Yeah, she looks cute. I just don't like those nails. They look scary. They're scary.
Yeah, they're a lot going on.
little bit late. But Biden, let me tell you something. When you have kids,
Still calling him Biden.
Doesn't give a shit that
my
it's Joey
age,
B.
Like the one my age, 2 years old, your schedule never go as planned. You know what I'm saying?
So she starts saying how I guess it must have started late because she's saying when you have kids, it doesn't go as planned. We all know how weird he is with children. Watch his response.
You're telling me? I got 4 kids, 5 grandkids. Come on. I'm an expert. I understand about
Okay,
kids.
I'm going to be annoying, but I got to go back. Did you see the camera jump forward?
Yeah, they cut it and then. put
Okay,
it in-
dude,
yeah.
there are a million of those cuts through this. So you know he said some very weird, perverted shit towards kids, and they're like, and cut. Why don't you just try this again and just say it, you know, like kids are a handful. And he's
Look
like,
at-
okay.
The terror. Look at the sheer terror in Cardi's eyes right now. Look at her. She's like, this guy's a sick fuck. He's just trying to get votes, bro. He's just trying to reach out to different demographics.
Dude, look at this camera cut. Look at it. So it's a nice, okay, you can see the background.
Expert. I understand.
Boom. Cuts
Okay, but
forward.
time out. Go back. Because even if me and you were doing this and we set the camera up, the camera would be on a tripod and no one's going to move that tripod because we know he's going to say some stupid shit. Or we know he's going to say some things that shouldn't be in the interview, so we're going to edit it. But to just make ridiculous jump cuts like that with edits that don't even match up when the fucking thing is on a tripod is just ridiculous.
Dude,
And it's clearly saying, whoop, he said something dumb. It's obvious.
remind me if I forget the one towards the end, because I'm going to
Okay.
jump forward. I was dying at that one. All right, so jump cut to kid comment.
You know what I'm saying?
You're telling
I
me?
went-
I got 4 kids, 5 grandkids. Come on. I'm an
What do you think he says after I'm an expert? Watch.
expert. I understand about kids.
So I'm an expert, totally fucked up, and then he goes into something politically correct. I understand about kids, and then starts giving his whatever spiel. Like, he probably said, I'm an expert, and then just, I've been touching kids longer than you've been alive.
He's like, I love kids, little kids, big kids, all types of kids. I love everybody. I love little kids. I love touching them.
And they're like,
And then he
Joe. No.
I don't even think they were there to say Joe. No, I think that they just rambled. They gave him 4 hours of footage, and they were able to get 16 minutes out of it. That's what I think happened.
It's the most important thing in the world. They come first.
Yes,
Kids?
definitely. Always. My kid comes
Look at this smile. How creepy it is and how long he holds it for.
first, period.
Keep it that way.
So,
And another jump cut. Joe, you were doing the creepy smile. Let's jump cut from here to there.
So, Joe, I heard you got some questions for me.
Okay, so this is where it takes a very weird turn.
Yeah, okay. I can see
She
that.
goes, Joe, I see you have some questions for me. Listen to these questions that Joe Biden has for her.
Oh, I do have some questions for you. First of all, I want to congratulate you. The cover of I tell you, that's pretty good. That's pretty big.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate you on the cover. That's pretty good. So he doesn't ask her a question. He congratulates her. That's fine. But he congratulates her on the cover of what? I don't know what the fuck she's on the cover of.
He said the cover of Elle.
Really?
Yeah, he said, I want to congratulate you. He goes, first of all, I want to congratulate you on being on the cover of Elle. So,
There goes my whole joke, Sean.
well, oh, did he? Go back. Let's just see.
Oh, I do have some questions for you. First of all, I want to congratulate you. The cover of I tell you, that's pretty.
Okay. All right. He slipped it in there. All right. I'll give you that one, Joe Biden. Okay. So he congratulates her for the cover of Elle. Still no question, but I give him the benefit of the doubt. He won that round.
Okay.
Good. That's pretty big time. Number one, doesn't surprise me. You're on the cover. But number two, thanks for your generosity dealing with people who are suffering from COVID. There's so many people who needlessly are in trouble, who are needlessly have died when they didn't have to.
Still no question, but
But hold on. I'm glad that you have it paused for a second. Have you seen the fake Cardi B posts on Facebook where it looks like Cardi B's live and she's sitting there eating nuts? And have you seen that at all? It's
No.
fake. It's a scam. It's supposed to get people to try to donate or get money or some shit. I don't know what the hell it is. Okay. If you didn't see it, then
is that what he's talking about?
no, but it would have been, if you knew what I was talking about, you would be laughing.
We had taken the precautions we needed to, and thank you. You have
Okay.
a generous heart.
Do you see the other jump cut?
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Uh-huh.
Dealing with people who are suffering from COVID. There's so many people who needlessly are in trouble, who are needlessly have died when they didn't have to, if we had taken the precautions we needed to, and thank you. You have a generous.
Dude, these are killing me.
But dude, these are weird because these almost kind of remind me of just like iPhone jump cuts when you push the button and it just like boop, jumps in and then like boop, jumps back out. And I don't know why that's happening, but that seemed like a pretty legit cut, to be honest with you. I mean, like he came out finishing a sentence, his mouth is still moving, finishing the sentence that he was saying before. So something more is happening.
Okay, well, so
But I can't stand his frame. Whoever fucking framed that up with the little window frames on the edges there, that shit is driving me
yeah, it looks bad.
crazy.
So let me jump to the end. I don't want to spoil it, so I want to try to get to the right part.
Does he try to make any of the like noises and shit like that? That
See,
doesn't
I didn't
happen.
watch the middle of it, so I didn't give this a fair
Okay.
watch, but I watched
Okay.
enough to be able to.
And then I had to feed myself. Sometimes I had to wait from 1 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. That's my schedule to get home so I could be able to eat, because that whole time
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
He's itching his shirt, and you can hear on the lapel mic he's itching his shirt.
right there, I couldn't afford to go to McDonald's. I couldn't afford to go to any restaurants around Chambers Street on my break. And you had to pay for lunch, the school lunch there. So I was just starving, and I just felt so discouraged. So
See the jump cut?
Yeah.
I hope I'm at the right place, because there's a portion where you can hear one of their dogs moving around on the floor.
like that is so important, like to finance students while they're in college because they get really discouraged. And that's what people want to know. People want to know, can you provide college education, this Medicare plan, without a big chunk of taxes coming out of our checks?
And the way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things.
Okay. Did you see the cut there?
Yeah. It's just,
For lunch, the school lunch there. So I was just starting
it's like judgment for the
while they're in
plaintiff.
college because they get really discouraged. And that's what people
Dude, this isn't like I don't understand what's going on here. Like, look at the light. The lighting is brighter, then it's darker. Then the camera's closer, then it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
There could be two different cameras. There could be two phones set up right next to each other on the same
while they're in
Same
college
thing,
because
one
they
little
get
tighter.
really discouraged.
white balance is
And
a
that's
little
what
different.
people want to know. People
But
want to
even her, she's in the middle talking.
know. People want to know, can
Go
you
back.
provide
I want to see these
back.
cuts again. Let's look at let's look at his shirt or some wrinkles in his shirt. See if those change.
Okay, so he's got a couple hairs there.
Forget about the hair. Look at the wrinkles on his shirt because they'll be the same if it's the same cut, right? So just go to the very next cut. We got 1, 2, 3 on the
So
left
like that-
side.
so important, like to finance students while they're in college because they get really discouraged. And that's what people
Look at the lighting, dude. It's like a different time of day. It's all, the sun is here, and then it's a shadow.
Look,
And
he's
even
hun-
her.
he's
Dude, look at her. She's talking. Then her hands are up.
Well, maybe her hands are moving there, and then they went down, and it's a tighter shot. But for him, look at his shoulders. Look, he's hunched over here, right? Look at he's hunched. Now he's not. He hunched. Now he's not. Hunched. Now he's not. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
It's clearly fucking edited, dude. It's like
course.
if she's going, they just cut to a new clip of him, and they can do that because they're in two different locations.
But they can also do it very easy because everybody's doing bullshit fucking Zoom meetings, and the quality's just horseshit. Like right now, does it look like my voice is matching up with my lips? There's a lot of the times when we're doing this show, I'm like, bro, it doesn't even look like that's me talking. They're probably taking advantage of that. And it's like, fuck it. Let's just let that audio run and throw that scene from 2:30 in here. Boom.
Wait, I want to show you because maybe I already passed the horrible one.
And that's what people want to know. People want to know, can you provide college education, this Medicare plan, without a big chunk of taxes coming out of our checks?
And the way
So she just gets done talking. Whatever. I'm
Oh, maybe he
Coming out
falls
of our
asleep,
check.
dude.
and the way we can
That's what happens. Look, go back. Go back. I mean, he's pretty old, so I mean, it's not uncommon. Go back. Yeah, right here. Look, he's starting to doze off. Ready? Watch. Oh, wait, I thought he had his eyes closed for a second. No? Oh, okay.
No. But yeah, the positioning of the head. This is
And the way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation.
That's it. That's the one I
What
wanted to
the
show you. Dude, this is the one I wanted to show you. The emphasis totally changes. The positioning of him changes. You know, how can we do this? Well, we could do this with no corporation. Like, dude.
Play that again.
That no corporation make.
Finance students, college education, this Medicare plan, without a big chunk of taxes coming out of our checks.
And the way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation make.
So making sure that no corporation. Obviously, what he said in the beginning was not the fucking right answer, and they just cut all the fat off the fucking bone.
Dude, look at this. If you're not gonna,
Does it cut back
agree-
into that?
I don't. I don't remember, but here's the thing. I just want to say for the 1.5 people watching and listening, if you don't agree with anything else I've said, which you probably don't, look at this. You're not going to tell me this is from the same sentence. His mouth's closed, and then it's just open. His sitting up in the chair, and now he's bent over in the chair. She's... Look at it's just
Okay.
totally...
All right, so let me just. For some reason, I'm always a devil's advocate guy, so I'm looking at it
Okay.
from their perspective as well. So obviously,
Okay.
it's Elle Magazine, and you're talking about a vice president of a former vice president of the United States, and he's currently running to be the president of the United States, and Cardi B. So when you're Elle Magazine, and this is an interview, you're talking about. I mean, Cardi's like one of the hottest bitches out there, and and this guy's running for fucking president, Joey B. Right? So this is an interview. Elle's very fortunate to have this interview. I think there's other magazines and publications that were probably like, that's cool. You can't expect them not to fucking edit it and try to put out their best piece. The problem is, this is the best piece. This is the problem. This is like, I don't mind the edits. It's fine. Look, if he said some shit that he shouldn't have said, okay, that's fine.
And I agree with that. I
he
agree
does
with that.
not, but
But you can't
That
edit
was
something in
horrible.
the middle of someone talking where, like, pretend I'm talking to you now, and now I'm over here, and I'm talking to you here, and then you're like, wait, what the fuck
with like a
just
hat
happened?
on, wearing a different shirt, and then all of a sudden you're back in here, and it's like, whoa, wait, what the fuck?
Dude,
I mean, it's
and they,
clear.
towards the end, they must have just gave up there, but they were probably like, dude, just go, and we'll figure it out. And he's like, I'm going to bend over and say, no corporations, no one's doing it.
Dude, I mean, yeah,
It's bad. I told you.
The people around, look, I've watched House of Cards, so I know how this shit works. You know, I know government. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm joking, by the way. But, bro, I mean, you shouldn't. I don't know. Trump kind of just goes out there and ad libs, just kind of says what he wants, and he doesn't know shit, and he's really not encouraged to be doing that. But there's a lot of other presidents who have like writers. You know, they make sure that they rehearse what they're going to be saying. They know what they're talking about before they say it. They've gone over it a few times. Maybe it's the first or second time they're going over it, but it's very planned out. It's so methodical. So for this to go on, and then the staff behind Biden to just come in here and be like, yo, all right, let's set up we know you're gonna fucking say some stupid shit. We know you're gonna do it, and even if it's not stupid shit, we know there's gonna be stuff that's not gonna make the show. You know, so we're gonna do this hour interview. We'll cut it down to whatever, maybe 30 minutes, but they ended up with 16 minutes because this is the best they've got. But it was very poorly executed. The angles look like shit. It looks like Joe Biden did it himself.
All right. I just want to watch it through one more time. I won't stop it.
Check.
The way we can pay for all of this is doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation making a profit should pay less than 15% tax on their profit. None. Zero. Everybody has to pay their fair share. Thank you for your willingness to help. I promise.
Feed myself. Some
You know what I would have done?
Is
dude?
doing practical things, like making sure that no corporation
college education.
I wanted to just loop that
No
over and
corporation.
over and
No
over. Making
corporation.
sure no corporate making sure no corporation making.
This is what I would have done. Here, go forward a little bit. This is what I think their thought process was. He gets aggressive, like no corporation, like they're editing it, like boom, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm not. But check this out. So when they go back, so let it kind of play where behind a little bit. Go back a second. Yeah, go back to where he does that, and then just let it play again.
practical things, like making sure that no corporation
No, let it play here. Watch when he leans back up. Just let it play.
that no corporation making a profit should pay less than 15% tax on their
Dude, he's reading cards.
Of course he is.
That's
He's
why
leaned in.
he's
He's
yeah,
leaned
that's
in
why he's
reading.
leaning forward.
Yeah. So, dude, but watch when he leans back out. Watch when he leans back out.
All right.
profit. None. Zero. Everybody has to pay their fair share.
Now stop.
Thank you for your
I would have taken that small little clip there, and I would have played it in reverse. And then instead of that hard cut of him like, no, blah, blah, corporation, I would have tried to make it look like he leaned in and said it. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would have
Dude,
tried
you know what we should
something.
do? We should turn this into a segment, and we should re-edit this and see if we can make a better edit.
I have my own idea with it. I've been thinking of for the last 25 minutes.
That's gold though, isn't it?
Dude, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Oh, I want to show one more thing before we.
You know why it's crazy? It's crazy because, like, we're taught in school to, like, learn how to write and read and pronunciate and let somebody speak and then listen to them before you just jump in, like, be respectful in the conversation. You failed classes if you misspelled a word. But now, all of that shit is just out the window. It doesn't matter. People are, like, professionals are using just the letter U instead of spelling out you, and they're using slang words with vice presidents of the United States, and he's taking those meetings, and it's just, like, so crazy to see, like, how, like, pop culture and, like, politics will come together during an election. Like, it doesn't matter, everything is good, you know. But, like, I don't know, man, it's just it's America.
Dude, this is my thing about politics. This is why I don't vote, or I'm not registered to vote. Every 4 years we have someone new in there, or the same person running to get reelected in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every year nothing gets solved. Nothing. Nothing.
Because it takes a few years for things to actually happen. So, for example, Obama's in there 8 years, and he was in there trying to change things and move things to what he believes was better than what the fucking Bush administration had done that 8 years before him, which was a fucking catastrophe. So now he has, at best, 8 years to try to fix a fucking disaster that just went down for the last 8 years, who is also trying to fix what they considered a disaster, because we have Republicans and Democrats. And, like, oh, we don't like how they do things, so we're going to do it this way. And then what happens is Obama would win, and then he starts to do his term, and he's trying to make changes. And of course the Republicans are all stirred up, and they're like, no, fuck these changes. Yeah, of course they're going to be mad because the president is Democratic, motherfuckers. We just got to deal with it right now. But then everybody causes stink, and then it goes into a poll, and then that time of the year, that time of the presidency comes around, and then all of a sudden the House control gets lost and it goes to the Republicans. So now the Republican has the House control. So now they're, like, vetoing everything that he's trying to get done, everything that he got elected to try to get done. They're getting such opposition against now because the people that they're answering against is a Republican-controlled party instead of Democratic-controlled, because they lost the control. And then they get voted in for another 4 years, and they're trying to push it. And then you get another, and then the next president comes in and is like, fuck all that. Fuck the Medicare, do this, do that. And then they try to change it. And where are we? Nowhere better than when we fucking were 28, 50 years ago, dude.
That's what I'm saying,
Bullshit.
dude. Nothing changes.
It's not about the people. It's not one part. It's not like, I don't want to say one party for the people, because that kind of sounds like a communist bugging kind of, you know, like, I don't know. You look at, like, I feel like we're losing rights here, and I feel like it's just the people are either blind to it or okay with it for some reason. It's not okay just to, dude, honestly, like, I don't want to watch a bunch of teenage girls trying to dance doing TikTok videos, period. You know, the only ones that I watch are maybe, like, the hot 20-year-olds with the see-through shirts and no bras. Those, and the ones that they're not really showing their face. That's, like, the only TikTok video I'm kind of into. Other than that, what the fuck? It's a bunch of idiots trying to do dances awkwardly, and they think that they're fucking cool. Meanwhile, because you want to do that, they're ripping as much information from you as possible, and you don't even care. You don't even care.
Cool.
Everybody that's using TikTok. I deleted TikTok.
Yeah, but dude, I have a theory on that with the fucking data thing. I think that the United States just wants to have control of the data. That's why they're saying this shit about China.
Yeah, but who should? Who should? China or the United States? Dude, China's trying to take over the world. They already have a plan. And China doesn't give a fuck. Dude, they just finished pretty much the rule that was going on in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a British territory, and they had still control and for like the next 20-something years or whatever. But China's like, nah, fuck you. And because of all the protests and everything, and then after COVID, during COVID, they're like, yo, they went ahead and applied all these new laws, and now Hong Kong is just completely different. Bro, if you live in Hong Kong, and now it's Chinese controlled, and now China can look at Colton Harpy's you can be living in Hong Kong, and you could have said whatever you wanted about China before. You could have had, but now they can go into your social media and be like, look at this. He said something bad about China here. Let's go get him. They're going to your house.
But dude, that's what they're doing here with the censorship. You post something on Facebook, oh, this is false, don't read this. You post something on Twitter, it gets taken down. You post something on it's all the same shit.
Right, but they're not coming to your house and arresting you. Yet. But dude, in China, everything is facial recognition. Everything is fucking controlled. It's insane. Nobody's free out there. Everything is controlled, dude. They've gotten rid of their currency. It's all digital now too.
I told you, that's what this shit's turning into
everything
here.
Is tracked. That's
what's happening here, and it's just going to be more acceptable because we're going to sit here and say, well, it's our government.
Well, but that's the thing. Nobody even gives a shit. They're like, who cares? What do they want to know about me? What do they care about me? It's just that they shouldn't be getting it about anybody. And if you go to another country, like China's deep. They're deep. It's deep. If you don't I don't want to get into China, but I know a lot about China. I know a lot of people who've lived in China. I watch China news almost every single morning because I'm infatuated with especially what's going on with all the flooding, the dam that looks like it's holding up, but I don't know, man.
Can you speak Chinese?
No, I can't. But dude, it's insane to see the difference of the way that they control their people. It's scary. But to see that they just take away Hong Kong like that, people are just wiping out their Facebook. They're like, all right, 15 years of Facebook, see you later, because there's got to be something in there somewhere that's going to get them arrested. So they're just wiping their social media. That's how fucked up it is, man. It's I don't know.
I just think the United States does it in a classier way, but I think they're doing the same shit. I think everything is being logged. Everything's being documented. Every fucking company you call, oh, we may record this phone call for quality assurance. No, it's to fuck you over when you try fucking them over.
So do you let them know that you're recording their phone call?
No, you
just let you know. Just let you know I'm recording this. That's what I say sometimes to people when I'm on the phone. Just before we start, I just want to let you know this phone call is being recorded.
And what do they say?
Okay. Okay. But certain states are are very strict about recording people without their knowledge.
I must say, California is awesome in the sense that with the cookie shit and all that stuff.
I love that shit. I love it. I love California, man. I love it. I think it's so fucked up, bro. I'm telling you, man, when that cookie shit pops up, don't just hit okay.
No, I know. I go through it.
But I'm talking to the fan. I'm talking to the people, the one person who's listening to the show.
Oh.
If you live in the state of California, if you live in the state of California and a cookies thing pops up, don't just hit okay. They make it so it looks like it's a happy-go-lucky, hey, this is going to make the website look great for you, period. No, it's really for them. It's basically what it's saying is, hey, do we have your permission to take a lot of your information and sell it to companies that you've never heard of before? Some of them you have. And then what you're saying is, sure. And okay is already highlighted. All you got to do is hit enter if you're on a fucking computer. It's insane. But instead of doing that, if you live in California, you have the right to opt out of the cookies. You can say, fuck you. And I do it. And some companies are still a little shady when they come to doing it. So then I just say, fuck you. Stop showing me articles from this company because I don't even want to deal with it. You can literally go into your cookie settings. If you live in the state of California, we have a preference that pops up and it tells you exactly what they're taking from you and which partners they're sending it to. And it'll blow your mind. All you have to do is see it once. It's just one of those things that you see once and you're like, oh my God, I've been doing this the whole time.
People don't realize, man, it's going to get to the point where you can't step outside your fucking house without everything being tracked, everything being traced, everything being on camera. And it used to be like, it was like the Alex Jones type people, the fucking conspiracy, you're fucking, the screaming and craziness. But the reality is that shit's actually happening. And if people don't fucking wake up to see that it happened during the protests with people getting arrested, it happened when you were told not to leave your house because of the virus, getting arrested or screamed at, or, it's real. It's fucking real. And all the United States does is do a better job of covering it up.
Except for the state of Tennessee, because this is just what I heard. the governor of Tennessee or mayor, one of somebody in fucking Tennessee. I saw it briefly this morning. He signed a bill saying, pretty much it was saying that if you're a protester, then you lose certain you lose your right to vote. That's pretty much what it said. Why don't you pull it up real quick? Tennessee new law protests right to vote. Just because I don't want to sound like a fucking idiot like I already do. But I mean, that's a pretty fucking crazy thing. You can't put a law in that says we all have the right to vote. Tennessee adopts new law that could strip some protesters of voting rights.
Tennessee protesters can now lose the right to vote under a new law by Government Bill Lee, signed with little fanfare Thursday. Protesters who camp out on state property, such as activists who have demonstrated for months outside the Capitol against racial injustice, could now face felony charges punishable by up to 6 years in prison. Convicted felons are automatically stripped their voting rights in Tennessee.
So what happens? All of a sudden, you have the right to vote, and you have the right to protest. Those are two rights of citizens in the United States of America. But because people are doing it, and I understand that there's fucking some pieces of shit out there right now that are definitely not protesting. They're looting and they're causing complete havoc. They just have zero intention. They're just screaming the chants and they don't give a fuck. They're just using Black Lives Matter, and then they'll fucking smash something and destroy somebody's property or other people's businesses, not even knowing whose it is. They have to some people out there. They're just using the protest as an excuse to be able to do that. Now look, you have a right to protest, but you don't have a right to fucking pick a trash can up and throw it through somebody's business. If you do, you get arrested. You still don't lose your right to vote. You still shouldn't lose your right to fucking vote.
Yeah.
So these people can't fucking, these states, these cities, and they can't get their shit together. They can't get the protesters who are protesting for a reason, and then the looters and the people who are just destroying shit. They can't separate these people, and they're just grouping them all under protest, which is fucked up because they can't get their shit together, and they feel like people are using the word protest too loosely, and it gives them the right to be able to do that shit. No, it doesn't. You're destroying property. That's not a protest. If you do it, you get arrested. So that's what they should have been doing. Anybody who's looting, anybody who's doing shit, arresting those people specifically, getting rid of these assholes. But you can't just say, hey, everybody's you can't just link everybody as a protester and then say anybody who's been camping out for months, you feel strongly about something, so you're spending months of your life in the middle of a fucking pandemic because you strongly believe in equal rights for everybody, Black people especially right now, and you got some assholes too, but those assholes ruin it for everybody in the state of Tennessee, and these people can be punished, sentenced up to 6 years for protesting, even the good ones, and they can lose the right to vote. What? You can't lose the right to vote. They're trying to tie it to federal. Oh, you don't give a fuck about federal property, you don't give a fuck about the government, then you don't get your vote. No. Maybe that person's expressing the way that they feel about government up to this point, because the government's been dog shit in a lot of people's opinions. I mean, we're divided now more than fucking ever. And I don't know, man. It's just insane how you can just see some of these Republican debates. You can see the national convention. Have you been seeing any of this shit over the last couple of days? The Republican National Convention, bro. The people that are coming on to speak, do you have any idea who's coming out to speak? Do you remember the couple that stood on their property with their guns?
Oh, yeah.
They're sitting there, she's in her dress and he's in his suit, and they're on the couch and they're talking about this great country. Let us sit there and protect our property, blah, blah, blah. And these people were threatening to take it away. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This is who the Trump administration is getting to come and push him for presidency. Like people who went viral in the news. Like I don't. And then bro, I don't blame these people for trying to fucking stick up for themselves either, because they don't know who's coming down the street. They don't know who's coming down the street. Is it people who are really feel strongly about the movement? Because I feel strongly about the movement too, and I'd be on my yard if I was home and they were and the protesters were coming down my street. I would be showing my support. But these people go out with guns, you know, like these people are the enemy, but then these people but also these people are shouting and it's getting crazy. They felt like they needed to defend themselves, and they have the right to be able to do that.
Right.
So I'm not shitting on these people, but like but it's weird to watch the Republican National Convention and then see like, who are those people? They look familiar, and you're like, oh. Then they show the picture of
Dude,
her, like,
it's
barely holding her
literally
gun, right?
just like a fucking shitty TV show.
It's fucking insane.
The problem is that both people, Republican and Democrat, are too far on either side. There's not much in the middle, and that's why you can make fun of either side to the end of time, because
they're both extreme.
Yeah,
I'm not so extreme. Like I'm more like kind of in the middle, somewhere in like the middle. But dude, it's like even like Democrats right now are just, some of them are just the extreme Democrats, the extreme Republicans. Those people are fucking gross. You're disgusting. Disgusting. Yo, there's more to life than fucking politics. Stop getting wrapped up in what the moment. Stop watching news. Live a life. Live a life. Live your passions. Do something with your time that's more important than fucking waiting for your magma hat to come and support something that's an only option for you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like nobody was running out to try to get a president. Nobody knows, for the most part. And like, it's just like, for me, I look at it as like when the U.S. Open comes around. Like, yo, so I'm from New York, right? So nobody gives a fuck about tennis. Look, and that's not an accurate statement, but I'm exaggerating. Because the amount of people who love tennis in comparison to people, like, dude, tennis isn't a sport that's talked about by a lot of people in this country. It's just, I mean, it definitely has its following, don't get me wrong, but when you're talking about like sports in this country, you're talking about the NBA and the NFL and the MLB and the NHL. But when the U.S. Open comes around and it comes into in the United States and it's in Flushing, Queens, all of a sudden, for me, it's just disgusting, and I can't wait for it to be over, because out of nowhere, everybody that you know, just, they're all of a sudden the biggest tennis fan in the whole world, and they act like they've been following it for years, and they know everything about it, but all they're doing is just repeating the little bit that they heard in the match that they watched last night. That's it. And I know what you're fucking doing, and you sound like an asshole. You don't know anything about tennis. You know nothing about it. I get it.
It's like the World Cup.
Exactly, dude. Nobody in this country, soccer's not that big. It's not that big, but it's huge everywhere else in the world. But it's not that big here. But all of a sudden, when the World Cup comes around, holy shit, the bars are packed. Everybody's pretending to give a fuck. They've got their own favorite team now within the last 3 days that they've picked up, but they just got eliminated. So now they're picking a new team, and they know one player, and they just, oh, that's Messi. That's Messi. Like they know. It's like, bro, that's so gross and disgusting to me. I fucking hate it. And it's the same thing with these fucking goddamn Republicans. And politicians. I mean, sorry, with the politicians. It's like
Sean's true side's coming out with these Republicans.
No, not with just with politicians in general. Because, bro, all of a sudden these people show up to random people. Like, dude, I'm not saying that these tennis stars who are playing and these soccer players, they are for professional. This is happening all the time. So most of these people who are politicians and they're running, they're city. They started in their city. They started in their state. They've governed. They've done things, right? You would think some of them, not Trump. He hasn't done any of that shit. But for the most part, a lot of them have, going into the latest term. But up to that point, everybody's typically had some experience in politics. But nobody knows who these fucking people are, because everybody's living their lives in America. All of a sudden, they watch a Democratic debate, and they see 20 people up there who's running for president, and they're like, "Oh, I like that guy. Oh, I like that guy." You can take like 10. You can take 10 people and put them in a gymnasium and be like, "Yo, pick the hottest person in this group of 10." You could be like, ugh, really? And like, yeah, just pick the hottest. You're like, well, if I had to pick one, it would be this one. That's what's happening. Like that person's not really hot, but you have to pick one. It's the same thing with these presidents. None of them are good enough. None of them. We should have a fucking thing that says, you know what? We don't like anybody that's running. Next. Why don't we do that? Instead, we're just like, okay, out of these idiots, one of them is going to be the president. That's the way it's working, dude. And it's fucking stupid. Like, dude, even with Hillary and Trump, people were like, oh, I don't want to fucking, I'm not voting Trump. Fuck him. So I'm voting Hillary. They don't want Hillary to win. They just don't want Trump to win. And vice versa. People are like, fuck Hillary. I'm voting Trump. And they're not voting for the person who's best for the job. None of them are best for the job. So they should be out. They should be out.
Though, is that I don't think any one person is best for the job. I think there should be like a team of like presidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's like the fucking kid at the class election for class president. It's like, I'm going to bring Nickelodeon to the school and I'm going to do that. Some fucker promised all of us that shit in elementary school. None of that happened. None of it ever happens, dude. Because it just saves shit.
At least you were learning.
Yeah.
That's how, at least you learned a valuable lesson that that's the
but
way
it's
real life
literally
is.
like it's like the World Cup. The World Cup comes, is it every 2 or 4 years?
I don't know, because I don't give a fuck. I don't even pretend to like
so
it.
let's say it's every 2 years. Or I don't know about that. So let's say the Summer Olympics. Summer Olympics come around every 4 years. Nobody gives a fuck for those 3 years. And then when the 4th year comes around, everyone's, oh, I need this person to win. We want the United States or this country. Dude, that's the presidentship. No one gives a fuck for 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's no
one gives a fuck for
US
3 years.
Open. Nobody gives a fuck.
All of a sudden, they come around and they're like, "That's my guy.
I like this person. I'm voting her."
It's all bullshit, dude.
She knows what's up.
I think it's all bullshit. I don't think your vote fucking matters. I think it's all fucking rigged. I think they purposely. If you're gonna sit there and tell me that the Republicans really think that a guy who just says whatever is on his mind is a good candidate, I think that's bullshit. If you're going to sit there and say that an old senile man who can barely formulate sentences is the best candidate, I think that's bullshit. I think it's complete fucking bullshit. I don't think it's real. I think it's the illusion to create that that's what's going on, and then someone else is really calling the shots.
Look, of course, I believe that there's like the presidents are just like the face of what's happening. You know, they're the ones who are gonna like, oh, this what's that? But they do seem to have some control. But I don't know, man. It's crazy because like when you look at sports, you're like, yo, these are the best athletes in the world. Like, and first of all, I'm not liking the NBA right now. Like, I'm a basketball fan. I enjoy basketball, but right now it's just a fucking 3-point contest. Anybody who gets the ball looks to fucking throw it from the 3-point line, and if they make it, they're like, yeah, I'm awesome. And then the other team is like, yeah, well, I can make a 3-point too. And then the other team gets it back, and they're like, yo, check it out. We can make 2 in a row. Yo, 58 3-point attempts the other night by one team. And they lost. But they should lose when you're attempting 58 3-pointers. Fuck you for attempting 58 3-pointers. Bro, whatever happened?
They did that?
Yeah, one team. The team that lost attempted 58. I forgot. I've been watching a lot of basketball. I forgot which one it was. But bro, when you tally up the score at the end of these games, like 263, when you combine both of the scores, you're like, yo, you guys shouldn't be putting numbers up like this. I know that it seems like basketball's changing. It's just nothing but 3-pointers and fouls. And it's fucking very boring. It's very boring. I like watching a team trying to bring it to the hole and get there. The only time they get to the hole is if it's a short thing. And if it's not, they look to dish it. Dude, I was watching, they were driving, they had such an open lane right to the net, and they stopped, they turned around and tried to dish it to somebody at the 3-point line. Because that's all they're thinking is, let's hit threes.
Wait, so did they get a pay cut during this time?
I don't know.
Because maybe they got a pay cut and they just don't give a fuck to play real basketball.
No, that's the way it was changing, man. Steph Curry did that shit. He fucking changed basketball.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I believe. After Steph Curry started hitting all his threes, and everybody's like, oh shit, look at Steph. Dude, I remember listening to interviews with professional basketball players saying, man, we now go into we go into summer camps to help these kids play basketball, and all of a sudden, everybody's fucking shooting threes. Everybody's at the 3-point line trying to be Steph Curry. I'm like, oh man, But that actually trickled right into the NBA, and now I'm watching all the fucking NBA players do it. Everybody's just shooting threes. It's boring, man. I don't want to see you shoot a three. Who cares? Who cares, man? Good for you. Good for you. Unless it's a fucking fadeaway jumper at the fucking buzzer. It's just it's very boring to me. But anyway, yeah. What were we about this? What were we talking about right before I said something about the NBA?
It's just the politics shit, but I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Real quick, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do think this is worth mentioning. And someone probably lost their job over this. Someone mistaked, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Usain Bolt.
Yeah, Usain.
For Kevin Hart, and they posted, because this dude got COVID.
Right.
And so they posted articles saying Usain Bolt test positive for COVID-19, and they put a picture of Kevin Hart. And it's just like, dude, how fucking stupid are you?
Okay,
like,
so do you have the original? The original, someone had to.
This is it. This is the. Oh no, they took that shit down within a second.
Yeah, but somebody has to have had. Somebody saw it and had to have screen grabbed it, right?
Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
But bro, that's what I'm saying, man. And like, there's just no fact checking anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude,
there's just
how? Even if you're not into comedy, how do you not know Kevin Hart?
dude, you just do a fucking simple Google search. That's all you do. Usain Bolt. Boom, there he is. Okay.
I don't think I do have the picture.
Kevin Hart was saying that he actually tested positive for coronavirus back in March. But
yeah, I remember that was a while ago.
yeah, but he didn't say anything about it. He kept quiet about it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was saying because at the time Tom Hanks had just got it. So everybody's talking about Tom Hanks, so he was like, fuck it, all right. He didn't want to be like, all right, now Kevin Hart's got it, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that.
I don't blame him, man.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be in the spotlight for that bullshit?
Yeah, man, dude, it was Tom Hanks, like the first confirmed case of like somebody that we actually knew. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I mean, not knew personally, but everybody's like COVID, and then all of a sudden like Tom Hanks has COVID, and the whole world's like, we know Tom Hanks. Oh my god.
T. Hanks.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do? You want to wrap it up, or you want to?
Yeah, it's hot, bro. Yo, I don't know if anybody knows this, but California has like had this heat wave. It's been going on for the last week, and I think it's still supposed to go on for this next week, and it fucking blows, bro. It's brutal, and it's just humid. So like, you look outside and it says it's 88 degrees, but it feels like it's 94, 95, and then you just can't. I don't know. I'm soaked.
It's awful. And the rooms that me and Sean do this show in are brutal right now. So
yeah, it's rough.
We're struggling to fucking
be in here for long amounts of time.
Yeah. So listen, we're gonna change the format of the show probably very soon, hopefully next week, and it's not gonna be live anymore, but we are gonna broadcast it live. But it's gonna be something new. I think you guys will enjoy.
Once we figure out what that is, we'll share it with you. So
we're gonna brainstorm tomorrow. Gonna come up with a 45-day plan. 45 days. After 45 days.
No, we just have something better in store for everybody, so we're excited about it. So just bear with us a little bit through this weird hot time, and we appreciate everybody at this point. We want to make things better for you guys in the future, so fuck yeah. That's it for me. I'm not. It's too hot for the chat roulette. Is basically what we were trying to say. Usually, like we like to spend some time on there. Not tonight. So sorry about that. If you're looking forward to that, but
you didn't earn it and you lost it.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. All right, guys. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for episode 54, the worst show ever. We'll see maybe this Thursday. Maybe not. Depends on how hot it is. Depends on how things are going for the new version of our show. So that's it. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks.